talk about a subject that comes to mind. And that is, what if Lincoln Clay took Sal Marcano's deal? Now, we're doing a lot of Mafia talking, especially because of the old country. And the old country has a lot of people revisiting Mafia 1 or Mafia 2 that never played it, and now revisits Mafia 3, and this is the game I'm talking about. Lincoln Clay is the lead character of Mafia 3, and Sal Marcano is the main antagonist of Mafia 3. Now, there's a part in the game where Sal Marcano tells him that he wants him to run the Hollow, and the Hollow is the black neighborhood of New Bordeaux, which is the city they live in, which is based on New Orleans. And so with that being said, he literally is telling Lincoln he wants him to take over from the guy who is like his father, his adopted father, Sammy, and he wants Lincoln to run it. Now, what would have happened if Lincoln took the deal? Now, when it comes down to it, I think that if Lincoln would have took the deal, it would have been some mess about betraying Sammy, but I think that Lincoln would have definitely negotiated for Sammy to live and not die. Because basically what happens was, when Sal Marcano looked at Lincoln, he looked at the muscle, he looked at him being as good as he was, looked at his background, special forces, military, and saw he could use that. And when Lincoln turned him down, you could see the disappointment on his face, and though he tried to wave it off, it was disappointment because he wanted Lincoln to take over. However, when it comes down to it, with Lincoln not accepting that deal is what pretty much made up in their minds, okay, we're going to take out Sammy and then we'll take all the money for ourselves. And so with that being said, if Lincoln took the deal, I think Lincoln would have been able to negotiate keeping Sammy alive and keeping everybody alive that died that night, and him just taking over in a way that seems disrespectful, but it would have been stuff that kept people alive. The thing is that I think that Sammy would have responded a bit aggressively, him and his son, because they would have felt like they were betrayed by not only Sal, but by Lincoln mainly, because Lincoln is that adopted son, like he's the adopted one. And it would have created chaos within the Hollow. And even though Lincoln could have gone to war with Sammy and probably beat him and everybody, it still would have been a bad situation. Now, if Lincoln would have pulled Sammy to the side and said he did this because this is what was going to keep them alive because Sal had planned to take them out, it probably would have been a situation where Lincoln and Sammy would have came together to take out Sal Marcano, but knew they couldn't just take him out, like knew that they couldn't just come at him. And man, Sal would have probably been aware. He'd have been like, he's going to team up with Sam and he's going to try and take me out. And they would have probably tried to plot to take Lincoln and all them out anyway. And so when it comes down to it, if Lincoln would have chose the deal, it still would have been bad no matter what. Sammy at that point has been running the Hollow damn near 20 years, working under Sal Marcano for 20 years. And pretty much the betrayal that came out in that storyline was pretty much what triggered everything that happened in Mafia 3. And so with that being said, if Lincoln took that deal, it still would have been bad. I think that if he would have took the deal, he would have been in on betraying Sammy and them and killing them, or he would have been like he put them to the side, keep them alive. They probably would have come after him, or been in a situation where he kept them alive and Sal and them would have still came after them. So I think that if he took the deal, it still would not have worked out. And even if he did took out Sammy and all them, it would have been a situation where Marcano was telling him what to do, and Lincoln would have been literally the man who was running all over the city doing everything Sal wanted him to do. He would have become the muscle and pretty much the right-hand man other than Georgie with Sal. And that's what would have happened if Lincoln had taken that deal. So when it comes down to it, it was not going to be good. If Lincoln took that deal, it was not going to be good. But that's pretty much all I got to say in regards to that. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy Bobby Beast here. Just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And one.